Jordan, welcome to the basketball coaching class. We're all excited for you to dive in a little bit into the player development, the guard breakdown that you use with Lamar. And I know you brought some friends here as well.
I
Let's
did.
introduce them.
This is Ike Dillon, graduate assistant for us, was a head manager at Minnesota. Eliakim Conley, he's one of our graduate assistants. He was the head manager for us last year, and I just wanted to bring him along. And I know you have a big platform, great platform, and I just wanted them to be a part of this and just take some notes. So
Love it. You're the first to do that, and I love it. And that's wonderful to be able to see it. And I know you're going to walk us through. You guys use Luceo in your program, and walk us through from the beginning how you use it, and then get into the kind of the guard breakdown.
as you can see, we log every single workout that anyone ever does, whether it's big workout, guard workout, FIBA 3-on-3, film sessions, anything of the sort. One of the things I do here is make sure I'm taking into account everything that goes on. I want to know how a player's body language is. I want to know whether he was receptive to information. I want to know every detail of the workout.
When you do those ratings and stuff, are
Yes, sir.
you sharing some of that information with the players, just giving them a ballpark of what they could do better?
Absolutely. If you go to the home screen, it creates a report for everything that you do. So you could session grade your team and you could session grade players. So with my assigned players that I have, they have reports of everything that they focused on in that given week, what their body language was, what their receptivity was, everything. My comments, everything. Session focuses, every single thing. And so we could get into our build up, our basic delay. We want to get our bones moving. We want to get into throwing the pass to our outside hand, coming off tight, get into a spot, and getting warm and shooting. So this is just shots out of the delay. Ike here is a defender. We're just playing one level below the screen, just an absorb or catch coverage. Just coming off, change of pace, and just finishing in the paint. As you can see, we come off fast and just there's no change of pace. I know people love Shea Gilgeous-Alexander now. I know my players do. They always bring him up to me. And you see him go from slow to fast, and there's no wasted motion with anything he does. Yeah, as soon as you fall asleep, he hits the jets and he's by you. So that's what I want to get. We'll just shoot a few sequences out of this just to get warm.
Do they have a prescribed finish here, or is it based on the read of the manager on defense?
It is. It is. If you were to go back to the finishes, yes. Today we worked on the same thing, change the directions, getting downhill, and we had an assistant down there. He was just messing with him, whatever he could possibly do. You got to adjust, maybe decel finish, maybe high finish. Cody Topper used to talk to me about Devin Booker and how efficient he was. And I said, "Oh, he's shooting mid ranges. He's shooting mid ranges." He's like, "No, he's not shooting mid ranges. He's shooting paint pools." And so those micro details and explaining things are what makes things click together for kids and for me. Oh, we got our rescreen, snake versus the drop. We play a lot of drop coverage, and if these kids are going to survive, they got to learn how to play out of the snake. Let's go to our next progression. We have some 3-on-0 kick aheads. Our main goal is to play fast. That's what we want to do. That's what Coach Brooks wants to do. I know you can see the tape on the floor. Don't want to be above that tape. You'll see some of our freshmen try to creep up above that tape and they struggle because they're not used to spacing the floor that deep. And they think, man, I'm behind the backboard. I can't make this shot. I said, no, you just aren't used to it. You'll get an eye for the goal. I promise you. And as you can see, if you throw it from below the block, you're not just going to run anywhere. You're spacing back to the corner. You see where he's shooting? You're the corner outlet. He
Yep.
can't complete that pass right there. He can't get all the way to the corner. Get all the way to the corner. All right. During my time in junior, I worked at Panola Junior College as an assistant early on in my career, and we were a dribble drive team, and we had certain rules that we were allowed to do and weren't allowed to do. We could not drive single gaps at all. If you drove a single gap, you're subbed out the game. You shoot a mid range outside of the paint or outside of the alley, out of the game. You should step all that. It was straight analytic, 10 toe threes, paint touches, free throws, double gaps. And we didn't have that much talent, but we used to run people out of the gym just because we were strict on that. So I'm trying to get our players as we're building an offense to attack the double gap. Don't try to attack the single, attack the double gap where the space is and understand where you're relocating back to when you pass the ball. So we could play it. So he passes it. He's at that. So he passes it right there at about the elbow. Many times you'll see people go through, cycle through and fill up, but that's not the right. People are stacked up on this opposite side. You can't do that. So if you're passing it from this hash right here, you have to space back out to the 4 point line. That to create a he might drive it back at you, which I don't recommend, but he still may drive. You'll
Such a good
see,
point, Jordan, and a lot of teams do relative to the where you kick it from. So if you kick above free throw line area, then you space back out, and if you're below that, then you keep going. And to your point, just because it takes too long to get anywhere, and you're probably going into bad space anyways.
yes, absolutely. And then you'll see him throw it from below the block, got to get back out to the corner. Bad pass, but still they space properly. And then we get into our 2 man game, our snap screen, 3-2-1. One of the many tricks I got from top. A double gap progression gone wrong. He passes it before the midline, the blue line, whatever anyone calls it. He passes it before there and just keeps going instead of passing it and spacing back out. I tell them you have to understand your court geography. If you establish yourself on the other side of the floor, yeah, okay, then you could keep going to the corner. But if you're passing it from the other side, then you have to space back out. Does that make any sense?
Yep, we got you.
Okay. All right, let's see. All right, let's see one more and then we'll move on to our competitive stuff. Good pass. Straight to our 2 man game. Snap screen. Coach Brooks is staunch on, he comes from the Kelvin Sampson tree. He is staunch on you have to put defense in there. You got to put defense in there. Like we're working on offense just as much as defense. So as you can see, we're passing the ball, jumping to the gap, top foot, and then we're closing out and then playing 1-on-1. We're not just roll the balls out and just playing. No, it's gonna be intentional. You could jump to the ball. Okay, now we're playing. Now you got to guard your yard. He let him get middle. Freshman, jump to the gap, shot. Jump to the gap, trying to guard his yard. I guess they're making shots today. Can't let him get middle.
We have different starts to this every day.
We try to touch multiple parts of the floor. So as you'll see, we'll start with a foot in the paint, as you would 2 passes away, and skipping the ball, and then you got to play out the closeout. I want everything to be as realistic as possible. I don't want nothing, no motion wasted. I just want to be extremely efficient. We're not going to catch and hold the ball. We have to understand why we're doing certain things. That's why I'm getting onto them right now. He doesn't catch and hold. He gets to his spot. Andrew Holyfield, he's going to be a prospect. 6'10" with some guard skill. Catches it, makes a move right into his corner skips. Good shot, Rob. We got to get your shoulder down. So all of our 1v1s, I told you, is defense. We're working on the switch. So he's guarding the 5 man or the pin down man. He has to switch out, and then we're playing. So it's always realistic. So with every action you can ever imagine, that's what we're playing out of. Jump switch, quick curl.
And then,
So
yeah, with this pin down switch, they are allowed to curl the switch, all that. As Jordan mentioned, Coach Brooks is big on defense. So if we want to jump switch up into a deny, which we do not preach or practice, the guys are feel free to curl, slip, do whatever they want. It's full on one-on-one.
Awesome. Let's see how you guys connect this then in terms of 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, or whatever you got for us.
okay, let's go to. All right, so I told you. You remember how we were throwing the ball ahead and trying to play as fast as we possibly could? Okay, now We're backed up to half court. Now you have to run to a spot if you don't have the ball. You got to run to help if you're on defense. You got to stop the ball if you're on defense. You're trying to attack downhill. The help comes, make the kick. The help is out, make the finish. All right, so we're reading, reacting here, playing fast. No help in, or the help is in, corner drift. Got to make a quicker decision, but have to finish with a rebound. Play fast, make the kick, stay space, keep the driving lanes open. No help, gotta score. One of my big mantras is you have to be able to beat one. You have to be able to beat one. If you can't beat one, then we got some work to do. But beat one and you're looking at the help. Your eyes are up to the help. And that's all we're doing. We're reading the help or we're reading X3, especially in pick and roll situation. No hell middle. Got to get middle. We add backup Ike. Backup Ike. TMG just stands for two-man game. I'll say, okay, now instead of just 2-on-2 transition and we're playing, now we're playing out of snap screens, ghost screens. We're playing the two-man game now. And that's what we'll work on. So everything, we don't want to have to call a play. We want to be able to get to spots. We want to know our automatics. We want to know how to play off each other. We want to know where to space. And so now, as you see, we're in the half court now. We're in the half court now. We're not, okay, the break is stopped. What can we do without calling the play? Got to be one, drive, kick. So as you can see, these session grades down here, I created a body language chart with it. So under each player in these sessions, I measure, was he too, if a teammate fell down, how many times did you help up your teammate? Were you quick to rush over there? Did you yell good shot? Did you engage with others well? Were you coachable? Those are all the things that I want to measure when we're doing team things. So those will be under any team workout or practice that will be measured.
Love that. Love that. And let's go to, you and I mentioned before, like going to the report that a player might get so we can see how it all comes back together for the player.
So as you can see, in the last 30, let's go to the last 7 days. So in the last 7 days, you can see what he was doing in total time and highest intensity. Click on that. It's to the right of session intensities. Yeah. Go to split. Yeah, split intensities. Total time split intensities. So it will break down. Okay, did we do high intensity? Was it medium intensity? Was it no contact? So we know exactly how many hard hours you put on the court. You see what I mean? I want injury prevention. The summer, you get lost in, oh, you do a million workouts and it's just hard brunt work and you're just killing your player. I want to be intentional about everything that I do. Scroll down, please. And these were his session grades in terms of, how he started the workout, how he ended the workout. It's self-explanatory. His receptivity to information, his engagement with others. Did he have a good attitude? Did he understand what we were trying to accomplish in that instance or in this whole deal? And you can actually scroll all the way down, please. So you see the area of focus. No, go back up, please. The area, we did 5 sessions of shooting. We did 7 sessions where it was game situations, and it's all encompassing.
Just give us an idea. How do you input this data? Some of it's auto-populated from what you did before, but talk to us a little bit about that.
All right, I'll give you an example. So let's go to sessions. You add your tag. As you can see, all the tags that you could choose from. And then you go back. And then go to the next one. And then what did it all encompass? And you could create these session focuses on your own. So if you have a program and you do case specific things, then you could type that in. Okay, we did this. We did transition build up. We did shell drill. We did whatever, press break. So he just shot. So you go to the next one, and then Ian Lowe. He was pretty engaged. So I would put his sliders all the way up. He was pretty receptive. He was pretty engaged. He was the one that wanted to work out. So I would put his sliders all the way up. If somebody wasn't receptive, I put them down a little bit. I obviously adjust. And it wasn't a team workout, so I leave this blank. And you could go forward. I would add any comments, drop any videos that I had, and finish. And everything auto populates. So
Great
yeah.
stuff. It's great to see how it all is connected with Lucio and your workouts and the progression within your workouts and all the different work that you and your managers and the staff do to be able to help your players and support your players in the development. Jordan, I cannot thank you enough for joining us and just amazing stuff to be able to showcase what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I can't wait to see all the different things both of you get up to as you progress throughout your coaching career. Thanks for sharing the game with us.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
so
Thank you.
much. Thank you.